Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here at Overall Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. It is year 2, day 79 for EDSS and the Realm Reborn. And last time, we helped out the Ishgardian Temple Knights successfully defeat one of the mightiest dragons of the Dravanian Horde, Vishap. A dragon that was so huge I couldn't even fit him into the entire shot of the camera. Yeah, that's how huge he was. But now that we have successfully defeated him, it's time for us to speak with Lady Minfilia. Before I do, just to make sure that nothing bad will happen during a cutscene, now let's speak with Lady Minfilia to complete this challenge.
Edie, welcome back! Alphanet sent word of the siege, and of course the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Edie. Thank you.
And with that, 3,306 skill, plus the choice of material. I'll choose the Quick Arm 4 because it's best suited for my skill set, being a brawler rather than a mage. So let's speak with Lady Minfilia again to take on the next challenge entitled Administrative Decision. Minfilia seems loath to put you to further trouble so soon after your last great exertion. But there must be a reason for it, right?
You must be wary, Edie, and now may very well be your only chance to
see yourself getting interrupted.
Antecedent!
And Tataru on the scene. Hi there, Tataru.
A messenger from Uldar arrived with a missive for you.
I'm guessing this is from the Crystal Braves or something? Why didn't they just link shell you?
The Royal Seal. Curious indeed.
Yeah, a message with the Royal Seal, it must be important.
Ah, an invitation.
You get to go to a party?
On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty, Nanamo Ulnamo, invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Uldar in honor of Ishgal's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege. You, for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurous contingent, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration.
They are hosting it.
All three refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of some swords, many of whom perished ere since the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph?
I'd expect these words from Alphino, not you, Minfilia.
Ah, but mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgal's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had time to mourn Breda, and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse. But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thought that such occasions may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Tataru, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions? Of course, Antecedent!
A smile on her face.
And please let me know if there's anything else I can do.
Does she not get to go? I mean, it said the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. It said specifically say that Tataru couldn't join us.
Curious. I have never known Tataru to side such requests. Could all be amiss?
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, hopefully we can... Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, my lovely Sakura wants to rendezvous with me later in Karithus, but we'll save that for when we really need to. So, yeah, I guess we want to speak with Tataru, but yeah, she's not here. She's not at her desk weighing scales and reading books and whatnot. Wherefore has she gone? Hopefully we'll find an answer. Yeah, Tataru is conspicuous by her absence, no kidding. Well, it looks like Philemon came back from her vacation. So, Philemon, good to see you again.
Tataru, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied.
I guess we have to go hunt for our little Lalafell down in Revenant's Toll. So where could she have possibly run off to? Obviously, she must be doing something important, or else she wouldn't be not at her desk. Double negatives. What can I say? Anyway. Yeah, Obi-Wan Yoshimitsu, he was one of the people who helped out in our challenge yesterday, and so much thanks to that young man for his skills. Yeah, an overpowered ninja certainly went a long way in helping us get to where we needed to be. So, somewhere in this red circle is supposed to be some sign that Tataru might be lurking about. We don't see any icons around. So we can... Oh, there she is. Yeah, she's over on the lookout. Yeah, I used to bring my first avatar here a lot, just to sit down and just overlook everything. Yeah, just like Tataru is now. So, yeah, I guess she's just taking some time to chill out, I guess. So let's speak with her.
Oh, Edie, it's you! I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's nothing. It's not nothing, exactly. But it feels like nothing compared to the tiring trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Minfilia before things get any worse. You always know what to say, Edie. I'm glad we had this little chat.
Well, actually, I didn't say anything. I said nothing. You didn't say nothing. Alright, so yeah, it looks like we gotta go back to the Rising Stones to speak with Lady Minfilia. Because it looks like the sole purpose of this was simply to find and locate Tataru and then find out why she had stepped away from her desk. And of course also to find out that we've been invited to that party being held in Ul'dah by the Eorzean Alliance. And, okay, there's Tataru. And so let's speak with Lady Minfilia.
Yes, Tataru, you have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject what with all the recent excitement, but Edie made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you certainly have earned the rest. But I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, antecedent. There is in fact something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hoary Boulder and Colton A have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems that only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself. And others, more importantly. When I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard.
Yeah, she's leaving us to find a way to become an adventurer in her own right. And she's like, you better watch out for me. Yeah, and you better watch out for the Rogadin, Hoary Boulder, who's actually coming in. That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. I've never seen Mr. Tataru so determined. Has aught befell with which I might help, antecedent?
Not at present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me?
Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. And I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer, of the capable kind of course, be assigned to our party.
Very well, I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able.
My thanks, antecedent. I take my leave of you. Yeah, big burly Rogadin, but always so polite. And so, with Tataru leaving us, it's time for us to take on the next challenge, and I think I have a pretty good idea of what it's going to entail. So let's speak with Lady Minfilia to take on... Well, actually we are now getting to split the option. So, yeah, she's looking at me with one aspect. But yeah, let's try both, because yeah, we can only go so far. So let's start with the first one, entitled An Unexpected Ambition. Minfilia is at a loss for words.
The power to defend oneself? Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall Ryanje mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanima. Mayhaps she goes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsalominsa? Yes, that will be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? It is doubtless unwarranted, but surely I am not alone in my concern for her safety.
Alright. Well, hey, we get to go back to Limsalominsa. Fine by me. So, let's make our way there right now. Yeah, and since I'm not really requiring battle gear for going back to Limsalominsa, and since it is the hometown of my grain company, I mean, I see no reason why I can't change back into dress uniform for where we're going. Yeah, we get to spend some time in Limsalominsa. We haven't really had much of an opportunity to spend much time in the city-states towards the end of this game. Well, we are pretty much getting down to the end of this game, so let's warp ourselves to the Arcanist Guild. This is where people come who wish to seek the elevated class of a summoner. And yeah, of course, the summoner, the two most famous summoners in Final Fantasy history, those being Yuna in Final Fantasy X and Rydia in Final Fantasy IV. And I think Tataru may be down on the practice level, where she's training her little summon. Because yeah, of course, in Final Fantasy IV and X, you summon various beasts and creatures. But here in Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn, you summon these things. This is called Carbuncle, and they have various forms. Then, once you get to experience level 30 and you complete the final challenge for being an Arcanist, you can then split off into two different options. You can go to the end as just the Arcanist and become a summoner, or you can take on the second healing class that is available to you, which is the Scholar, which also involves summoning, but it involves summoning different things other than carbuncles. So, Tataru is over here, so let's see how she's doing. Hey there, Tataru.
Evie, what are you doing here?
Well, I came to check up on you.
I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting into such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru, shall become a great and powerful Arcanist. And now, at Mistress Thurgerbeim's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Until we meet again!
Well, actually, it's going to be a lot sooner than she thinks. Because once we go back upstairs, we'll have the opportunity to speak with Thubergeim, who is the guildmaster here at the Arcanist Guild, much like Yuane was the guildmaster at the Lancers Guild for us back on year 1. So let's run back up and see if we can speak to Thubergeim in order to see exactly what prospects she may have for Tataru. Guildmaster?
Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance?
Well, only in the sense that I'd like to know where you sent Tataru.
So you are acquainted with our newest member? I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanima. Nevertheless, she would not be denied, and now goes to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me, why not supervise Tataru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. Her trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. You need only observe at a distance.
Very well, thank you very much. Yeah, now we're gonna start running into all the people who helped me clear Steps of Faith. So we're gonna make our way over to Zephyr Guild, which leads us to Middle Lanosea. Yeah, it's the best way to expedite your exit out of the city. Alright. Observe Tataru's training from south of the separate gates, so means we have to go down here to this particular area. And all we want to do, I'll point out, there's the 3 crates over there on in the distance, so what we want to do is stand over here. And we'll just bide our time and wait for Tataru to arrive. And see if she is able to prove the Guildmaster of the Arcanist Guild wrong.
Over Asia seas to Pirates' Port, where she met her shining jewel. For me to bring the smuggler's plans to naught came the last whom none could fool. Beat him with the backdraft, got him with the gust, deck him with the downburst. Go, Carbuncle, go! Are those crates I spy?
Yeah, they are.
Ah, and this must be the true test. But we're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle?
Aren't you gonna do something to that Carbuncle? That's not what I had in mind. Yeah. In case you're wondering, he's running away. Like, wow. That's what they would call in a particular episode of The Simpsons as a spectacular failure, and yeah.
Come back, Carbuncle, come back!
Yeah, stay away from the jellyfish. Maybe I better get into battle gear before things go horribly awry. It looks like we won't need to go that far. Yeah, she's not a pugilist either, unfortunately. But, yeah, let's go over to Tataru, because obviously she's going to be searching for her runaway pet.
I should have known you'd come, Edie. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I'm going to inform Mr. Stubbergheim of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanema, like so much else, is beyond me.
Yeah, she lets it all out. Yeah, how crushed is her spirit. Loses on her first attempt, on her basic training. Like that really must suck. I can't blame Tataru for wanting to become more than she is. I mean, people of all various types want to ultimately become more than what they are. They want to be able to succeed at something. They don't want to feel the sting of disappointment or defeat. So let's go back over to the Arcanist Guild and speak with Mr. Stubbergheim in order to complete this particular challenge. So, back over to the Arcanist Guild. Yeah, no weapon need to be drawn, but unfortunately we gotta speak with the mistress to take this challenge to its end.
Oh, back so soon? How fared our fledgling Arcanists?
Well, let her tell it for you.
Abysmally, Mr. Stubbergheim. Abysmally, as Edie will testify, and
oh, this is a bad time for someone to call me. Mom, I appreciate you calling me, but now's not the time for that.
I was wrong to become an Arcanist. Wrong as usual. I am completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanema. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree?
I would certainly agree with your assessment.
You're too kind, Mrs. Thurbergein. Though I cannot overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged.
And so that challenge is now completed. But I think we get to do one more with Tataru. Where did she go? There she is. So let's take Tataru's next challenge, entitled Ancient Ways, Timeless Wants. Tataru is considering her next course of action, and how you might aid her in it.
As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again.
Why is that?
But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer.
Yeah, I can do that for you, Tataru, of course.
Wonderful! Then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it'll pay off.
So, why Costa del Sol? Well, let's follow her and find out. No, it's not a joke. If someone wants to get something accomplished, they'll talk to anyone who might try and give them a hand. Besides, we all have milestones we want to accomplish. That goes without saying. I mean, this challenge with Tataru pretty much puts that theory and that ideology to the test right here. Alright, Tataru. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what's this all about? Your new ambition?
Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wedge told me to look. There's a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also covered by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off.
Alright. Well, since it seems like we know what we're going to be doing, back to battle gear. Splash down, and right out. Okay, so, yeah, I believe that is Tataru right there. Let's see if she can find these pearls she was talking about.
What fortune! I've already found one! Wouldn't you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment.
So now we have to, yeah, stay in guard as Tataru harvests pearls. But yeah, you can see the cloud of smoke, which can mean only one thing. Chocobo summoning time. And time for battle. Because you know we're going to be fighting something. Get ready for whatever comes your way. Where's our opponent? Oh, you're all the way over there. Alright. Don't worry there, Tataru. We'll make sure that no harm befalls you. You have my word on it, it's an Azure Dragoon. Boy, yeah, you got a lot of HP. You got a lot of HP. Yeah, you're more like a mini boss than anything else. Oh, and then he turns around and sprays me with water. And then I try and make sure I can keep myself. Oh, quit targeting my chocobo, man. Quit doing that! And then he gives me gifts just to make sure that I get some water on me. But no matter how much you get me wet, you cannot drown out my determination. Well, I am the Azure Dragoon after all, and you will not defeat me. Especially with a chocobo on my side. Well, you ran out of desire to cast doubts? If that's the case, I'll have no problem with putting you away in a matter of moments. For you are almost defeated, Morgar. And that takes care of you. Mission accomplished on that. Tataru suffers no harm, and we've kept her protected. Alright, Tataru.
Well, fine. that, Edie. Well thought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for the reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's the sort of the power to defend myself and other people in a way. Right, well I mustn't keep Philemon waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the Scions of the Luminson markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent, and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Edie, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again?
Yeah, we get to say goodbye to Tataru as she leaves us. And gets to enjoy the water of the sea rushing between her legs. And we can leave with a smile on our face knowing that we accomplished something to help out our good little friend. Maybe she still has a desire to pick up that book again and try and deal with the carbuncle. Well, why don't we go back to Revenant's Toll and bring this to an end. And once we do, we will bring the episode to a close. Yeah, because we're pretty much getting out towards near the end of this game. It won't be much longer now. I imagine that it'll take probably no more than 3 more days to see this to the end. 2 days at least, 3 at most, I would imagine. But yeah, now that we've said farewell to Tataru, let's go on and head back inside. Because I know that everyone's waiting for me because we still have stuff to do. We still have a lot of stuff to do, actually. Because now that we've helped Tataru to learn on what her next path will be, we can now go ahead and let Lady Minfilia know what has become of her. Hey there, Lady Minfilia.
Welcome home, Edie. I gather you found Tataru with Luminsa?
I did. And here's what happened.
My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure. And while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request.
And so, with that challenge completed, we can now move on because, yeah, that was a branching side path, as it were, within the main story, but now we will get to move on to the rest of the main story of this game. And so, next time, we will get back on track. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will speak with Lady Minfilia to see what else she wants us to do as we continue to make our way towards the end of the main story of this game. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Novora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.